Hi guys, welcome back to the Gfinity Arena here today. We've got the Play Like a Legend Season 2, and we've just seen some good games up again. Huge Gorilla starting the competition off very strongly with a 4-0 victory over Toxide. Dave, what were your thoughts on that? Did you get to watch the game?
Yeah, he started off the tournament exactly how he left the previous tournament, full of confidence, like amazing attacking play. And to be honest, he didn't really look challenged throughout that whole game. And you and Spencer were saying that Toxide lost a bit of man points maybe for not going for it in that second game, but I think it was a bit more of a damage limitation, because I think if he did go for that, he could have found himself 6, 7, maybe even 8 behind. So I can understand in a sense, but at the same time, you don't really want to be at a tournament like this and not be going for it. So yeah, fair play to a huge Gorilla. He played absolutely brilliantly.
You know, it was a bit surprising from him. We're actually still in gold and gold in one of the other games in the group, so you had Vitality Brian against a Smiley Dragon, and that's still 0-0. I think in the silver goal, so they're still in the first half of the third game there. Any sort of predictions on who might take the victory in that game?
That one's really hard to call because Vitality Brian is an absolutely brilliant player. And just as we can take a look at the bracket in a minute for the that first group, because obviously a huge Dragon has won and that has seen him go through now into the quarterfinals. And we're about to see Guigsey against Toxide again, which is obviously going to be that rematch. But just back onto Brian and Sean. Yeah, as I was saying, Brian is a very good player, but they have two very contrasting styles. Brian he's more a possession player. He plays really good football on the eye, whereas Sean is more direct. Just a bit like a huge Gorilla, to be honest, because Gorilla, he doesn't really keep possession. He'll press you high and he'll just attack with like a lot of speed. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. And now you can see the bracket in that first group. Huge Gorilla obviously progressing into the quarterfinals, and the winner out of Toxide and Guigsey will go through as well. So the first time they played, it was like a bit of nerves kicking in maybe, because obviously it was both their first big tournament like this. But now maybe they're both settled. Toxide, I'd put him at a slight advantage to the fact that he's already beat Guigsey and he's played a second game. Obviously, the more you play, the more you like kind of calm down. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out.
I think we're going to go into the game that's happening right now, which has just gone a silver goal. I think we just had a goal scored. I think that's a Smiley Dragon who's gone 1-0 up. Yeah,
it was a penalty. Not always a nice goal to concede, especially in a silver goal scenario, but Brian is now going to have to go for it. He's just changing his formation up. As you can see now, we've got it on. He's gone for a 3 at the back formation, a lot more attacking. He's going to be trying to press a Smiley Dragon high in his own half. He's only got 15 minutes to do so, or he will lose. I mean, sure,
yeah. It's huge Dragon who's...
Yeah, sure. A huge Dragon. Sorry, I'm going to keep referring to him as Sean because that's his name, but I will try and call him a huge Dragon as much as I can. But it's going to be hard for Brian here because the way he plays, his style doesn't really suit going behind, because with a possession style of play, if you go behind, your opponent can just sit back. They don't then have to attack. Whereas if you go ahead with a possession style of play, you can really dictate the game. And like, to be honest, not many possession players lose after going 1-0 up. But let's see if Brian can chat. Oh, it's a free. Is that a free kick?
It's a penalty.
No, it's right on the edge of the box. That looked like a penalty to me. Oh, it's right on the line. I thought on the line was in, but let's see if he's got any tricky free kicks he can use. Ibra in the box. There's not many better players you could hope for, but not a very good ball, to be honest.
No, well, I think we just saw like the defender guard, Ibrahimovic off his run.
Mile offside.
He needed to cancel that run there. But yeah, so a Smiley Dragon, Sean Allen needs to just run down the clock now for 5 more minutes, and he'll be going through to the sort of the winners' game in Group C, which will be against Taz. And it looks like Vitality Brian has a game matched up against Vicente 62. So you've got a UK versus UK, French v French affair in that.
No, but yeah, that was a good defensive tackle, to be fair, but a lot of the times you can see them giving us penalties. Rather unfair, but it's just the way it is. And you know, it's still not over yet. He's got one more chance maybe. He has got Ibrahimovic in the box, and that looked like a pass to me, not a cross. If you've got Ibra in the box, you want to be crossing it to him really, but Short corner, last chance really. Hail Mary time, but no. If he can just run away with Bale here. Bale against the Nero, just run it down the line, earn a free kick like that.
Yeah, no, good play from Sean there, and just a wasted opportunity with the free kick, especially with, you know, seconds left. Maybe he just should have whipped it in.
No, he's doing exactly what he needs to. He's got no, like, he doesn't need to attack, just keep the ball and curse the commentator. But, you know, if pressing so high, you can just get it straight back. Is he going to get another chance maybe? Shore it up. Oh, that's a really nice goal. To be honest, I thought he was offside, Robin, there, but that was so nice. A little back heel to lay him off. Hitting it first. Would you have hit that first time? Because I don't think I would have.
No, I would have tried to take a touch, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow, nearly a goal there from the halfway line for Brian.
Yeah.
You think it's all over for him now.
Yeah,
good goal from Sean.
I think he knew. That's why it's just like a frustration, really, because it always happens, to be honest. You have, like, in a silver goal scenario, you have to go for it. Obviously, it's always going to leave you vulnerable at the back, and exactly what
oh, wow.
Well,
that's really unfortunate for Brian there.
Yeah, it's still going to be game over, to be honest. Sean's going to win this. I can't see 3 goals being scored on the 45th minute. That's just unheard of, even on FIFA. There we go, yeah, game over. So Sean's winning that one. A huge dragon, sorry. Brian, I don't think he's going to be too disheartened. We all know he's a very good player, and he's one of those characters which he never really gets too down about it when he loses. He's just, right, I'm focused, I'm going to go again and try and win. So, he's not out, obviously. He's lost a game, yeah, but he can still go through. So a huge dragon will progress in that one to play TAS in the upper bracket final, whereas Vitality Brian and Vicente 62 are going to be playing. And whoever loses in that game, they're out. So, although I just said Brian, he doesn't really let the loss get to him. Although if he does lose again, that's it, he's out.
And something Spencer picked on before as well. We know sort of Sean Allen's gameplay has always suited FIFA Ultimate Team, and Brian's hasn't. And we've seen exactly that today.
Yeah, some styles, just like Ultimate Team, is such a fast-paced game mode. Keeping a possession, like what Brian likes to do, it is hard. It's so hard to keep the ball without getting like pressed too like deep into your own half, which is why we don't see a lot of players actually playing like that. We saw Toxide try and do it. Fair play, it worked against Guigsey, but he tried to do it against Spence, a huge gorilla, sorry, and he just got ripped apart.
Yeah. So our next game up is Guigsey versus Toxide. So that's a rematch of the first game. So that game actually went to gold in the end, with Toxide coming out the winner. I think that was 4-3 in the end. Do you think Guigsey can make a comeback and get his revenge?
Yeah, I spoke to him just after the game actually, and he was saying he didn't play like he normally does. He was just too nervous to be able to like focus. But he just said now he's got that first game out of the way, which is, it's always important to get your first game out of the way. Not only if you're like a newcomer, but even for the experienced players, because like it kind of feels a bit stale when you first play it for the first time on a day. Like you're never really at your very best. So now he's got that first game out of the way, he feels a lot more confident that he can play a lot better in the second game. So we're going to have to see. Obviously, it is a rematch, and to be honest, towards the end of the game that they were playing, in the sort of silver goal, golden goal part, we did see Guigsey play a lot better. And if he plays like that throughout both of the games now, I think he'll win it.
You know, I agree actually. I thought, especially when we were playing for silver goal, I thought Guigsey had a few opportunities. I know he had a crossbar, you know, where he should have won the match. Do you think Toxide will be sort of downhearted from just getting a beating from Spencer?
I think he will, but he needs to make sure he's as confident as he can be, because obviously losing isn't great, but he's got to be thinking to himself, I've already beat this guy, surely I can do it again. So it's kind of like going to go both ways for him. Like, yeah, obviously, if you've just lost a game 4-0, he didn't have, well, to be fair, he didn't play that bad, although Spencer could have scored quite a few more. He did have a few chances, Toxide, but I don't know, like he kind of dominated against Guigsey, whereas against a huge gorilla, he didn't play as well as what he did against Guigsey anyway. But I think Guigsey will win it purely because we saw him getting to how good he was in the silver goal and golden goal. But you know, it's going to be hard for them. They're both newcomers. They're both going to be nervous because whoever loses this one is out. Like when they first played, it wasn't. Whoever won, they went through. Whoever lost and not out, but now loser is out. So yeah.
Yeah. You know, it'd be nice to see sort of if Toxide can sort of cope with that loss, that sort of 4-0 loss. So I'm sure you've been there. I've been there myself when you've had a loss, gone down to like a loser bracket, and you are disheartened because that's your sort of game plan A ends, and you don't have to step up again. I think that's quite a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, it's like a safety buffer as well. Like if you're in the upper bracket, you know you can afford to lose. Obviously you don't want to, but you kind of have a little less pressure on you. Whereas when you're in the lower bracket, like both of these players are now, loser, that's it. Like it's going to be a lot. I can see this game not being boring, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals early on because both of them are going to be trying to like play safe because no one wants to like give away any cheap goals early on. Because if Toxide takes the lead in this game, I don't think he's going to make the same mistakes as what he made last time. I think he will shut up shop and like run away with it. Whereas if Guigsey wins the game, it's going to be interesting. Scores first, sorry. It's going to be interesting to see what he does because from what we've seen in that first game, he's not really a possession player. He's like one of those, I'm going to score more than you. So in this situation, that's not really the right mentality to have because, as we've seen in that game, anything can happen. Guigsey got dominated for 2 games, but somehow he took it to silver goal. In silver goal, he then dominated and lost. So FIFA's just one of those games. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I saw some interviews sort of pre-tournament, sort of between Guigsey, Graham, and Hughes Gorilla. Like they're all in the same clan, so they all play each other. They all train online together. And Hughes Gorilla actually had a few sort of nice things to say about Guigsey. Sort of, if he played like he did online, there's no reason why he can't win this tournament. So, he thinks a lot of him, and this is his time to shine, really.
When you see, when 2 players, or like more in this case, 3 of them tend to play together, you'll see the style like throughout all of them. And Guigsey kind of does play a little bit like a Huge Gorilla in the sense they both play fast attacking football. As we're going to get into the game now, obviously Toxide is going to make the familiar changes that we've been seeing him make in the past 2 games. Going to go to the this is Guigsey's team that we're seeing. So he's going to be going for the 4-3-1-2, which I spoke about earlier as well. That's one of those formations that seems to be a bit, I'm not going to call it overpowered, but more commonly used. FIFA 15 is one of those games where I think 2 strikers is very beneficial, whereas in the past, like a 4-2-3-1 or something like that has been the more commonly used just because it's more balanced. But yeah, as I was saying, the 2 strikers on FIFA 15 seem to be so important, and the centre attacking mid as well. Sorry, like it's important to mention that because like what you'll see a lot of players trying to do is like ping pong pass between the 2 strikers on the centre attacking mid, just trying to get that little gap. So. A 4-3-1-2 against a 4-2-3-1, I'm predicting it's going to be. 4-3-1-2 is that sort of formation that you would like to use, or?
Yeah, definitely. I use it, but to be fair, I still don't think I've adapted to this game either. So, still living in the past a little bit by playing this possession football. So I think we'll see 2 contrasting styles again, where Guigsey will play that very direct counter-attacking play. But I expect Toxide to have most of the ball like he did against Spencer.
Yeah, early corner here, as I said. The worst thing that could happen for Guigsey is to concede an early goal because against a possession player in a game this important, I can't see him getting too many chances if he does go behind. He did start doing what he had to be fair, in that second game, in that first match between them both. He started pressing a lot more. It did cost him 1 goal, but it got him back into it as well. So I think he knows exactly what he needs to do. It's just about doing it now because obviously these things are a lot easier said than done. It's easy for me to sit up here saying, yeah, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. But at the end of the day, those 2 are sitting in the booth. Those are the ones playing, sorry.
A nice sort of early start there for Guigsey, just playing around in front of Toxide's box there. Got the break in, but just couldn't get the pass inside to any of his players.
Toxide started exactly how I thought he would, to be honest. He's just playing, he's going to get a crossing, is he? Delayed it. Oh, it's going to be a free header. Yeah, that's exactly what he needed, but Guigsey, he's going to be so up against it now because, as I said, Toxide, I'm pretty sure he's going to learn from his mistakes in that first match that they played, and that was so good just to delay the cross a little bit because you could see him you could just see Ronaldo just waiting, and waiting for Ronaldo to get into the space. He'd have a free header and he'd time the cross perfectly, and Guigsey's going to be so up against it now.
Yeah, no, that was a really nice time cross there, because the defenders just kept running. Ronaldo was right free, and we see that header quite a lot, the sort of near post. And it's one of them sort of, I guess, overpowered headers in this game. I
wouldn't necessarily say it was overpowered. It's just when you got Ronaldo in that situation, even in real life, you expect them to just go flying in the back of the net. But to be fair, Toxide, he does seem like one of those crossing players. He's keeping the ball a lot, but he just works it slowly down the wings. He's patient with you, and the patience was resulted in the goal, and he's doing it again here, straight with Neymar. He's going to wait for Ronaldo, is he? Oh, that was really nice play, but it's falling out. Suarez. Oh, that was a right idea to give it to Robin. It would have been a little tapping if he got it to him, but it was well read. Oh, can he bang that near post maybe? Oh, wow, what a goal. I was expecting him to just absolutely hammer that at the near post with Ronaldo a lot of the times, just go flying in the net, but that was so composed. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no, I was expecting him to cut inside with Ronaldo and try a shot maybe, but yeah, no, great pass for a nice easy tap-in.
That was such a good play, but looks like my prediction of it being hard for Guigsey if he went 1-0 behind is already out the window. He's back in it straight away.
Yeah, that's definitely an important goal there for Guigsey, because against these players that play 4-2-3-1 like Toxide does, they can control the game if they go 1-0 up. I think that's the most important.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's just centre defensive mids that give you just such a nice balance in your defence, and it's easy to keep the ball because usually one of them's always free. Oh, I thought that could have been a penalty there. But like Ronaldo's just being an absolute menace, which is something that, you know, it was kind of expected.
Yeah, it was a little bit almost too easy there for Toxide to cut inside again, just with that fake dummy shot, which is what you expect when someone passes it into the box.
Yeah, he's Guigsey's defending down the line. It's not exactly as good as it should be. Especially I'm pretty sure he conceded a header or two in that first match that they played as well. And he's already conceded one here, so surely that's something that he's got to try and tighten up on. But again, like, it all depends with formation. Playing a 4-3-1-2, he hasn't really got anyone to like double up with the fullback. Whereas if he went down the wing against Toxide, the left attacking mid or right attacking mid, they would be back with the fullbacks as well. So it's a lot harder to attack down the wings. Maybe that's something Toxide's noticed, and that's why he's doing it a lot more this game.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. To be, 4-2-3-1 is a great anti-tactic against 4-3-1-2 because you have so much space out wide.
Doing it, it's this bottom side of the screen he likes as well with Neymar, and a lot of people don't know why, but I'm kind of like this as well. If I attack down the wing, I tend to do it down the bottom side of the screen purely because I find it easier to like do skill moves. Obviously, it's closer to this screen, so it just I don't know whether that's just my preference or whether that's something a lot of people do. Okay, but just got to pause here. I think Toxide's just going to be switching something up maybe. Or maybe even Guigsey.
Yeah, I've definitely heard other players that do that, prefer playing down in the left-hand corner, and obviously when they're kicking right, down in the right-hand side corner. I've always, if I've got a small, quick winger on the left side, and maybe someone like Benzema on the right side of a sort of 4-2-3-1, then I'd always try and attack down the left side, knowing I've got Benzema at back post and Ronaldo, front post. And two threats going into the box. Yeah,
I'm not quite sure what happened there, but everyone's going to go again with Neymar down this wing again. That was really nice, but just waiting for Ronaldo. Like, he's not. The thing is, I like about it's going to be. I want to call it nice defending, but it kind of seemed a bit lucky to me, to be honest. So I wasn't really expecting him to do such a skill move like that. If he just did a little body feint, he would have been able to get a shot away. Whereas the skill move. Just the fake shot, he covered too much ground straight into the defender. But Guigsey's got to do something about this wing because Neymar's getting so much space down there, and if he keeps letting him cross to Ronaldo, he's going to put one in eventually. Although, to be fair to Toxide, he's switching it up. He went down the wing there, cut it back to midfield and straight into Ronaldo, fake shot, but.
You know, Toxide definitely sort of coming into his element a little bit more.
He's to be honest, he's kind of followed the how the first match went between them. Toxide's pretty much, he's dominating the possession. He's kind of holding it in Guigsey's half. Guigsey, he's struggling a little, but I think that's just the way that he plays. It's going to be hard for him. He's not pressing nowhere near as much, but as we said, the pressure really is on in this game because he's through with Griezmann. He's going to hit this near post, mate. I think he's overplayed that a little bit. Like
that was too much. He should have just taken it on first time with Griezmann. But
yeah, I think 90% of the people in that situation would just hit that near post because a lot of the times they do go in, but he's trying to be a bit too composed, in my opinion. Like, yeah, fair enough, it worked for him for the first goal, but that could easily have been T1 for him then. Yeah. Really caught out Toxide. I don't think he's going to want to give up too many opportunities like that.
It's half time here between Guigsey and Toxide, but we saw, like, in creating that chance as well, we saw for the first time Guigsey pressurising that right back on Neymar, winning the ball really high up the pitch, and then, you know, with two strikers up front, having that, you know, chance of a through ball really easily.
Yeah, that's the first time Toxide's really been under pressure, and that, other than the goal, of course, that's the first time he's really been under pressure. He's keeping the ball well, but that's the trouble when you do that. A lot of people who do keep the ball, they press really high as well, straight away when they lose it. He pressed too high there, and then it left the gap, and it happened the first time they played. That's just a risk, but usually they players who play like that, they kind of if they know a defender's going to go running out, they always cover it, whereas Toxide, it doesn't seem to be doing that. So if I was Guigsey, that's something I'd try and pick up on and try and exploit a little bit. But as I said earlier, it's really hard to notice these things in game and capitalise on them in the same game. It's something usually you need to be told about and then do it like in the next game. So it's going to be interesting to see if like he's noticed that or whether his coach has noticed that and made him aware of it. He's got Quadrado in like one of those 3 centre mids as well. I think that's kind of wasted for him.
Yeah, I'm surprised, just because he doesn't really have much strength there.
No, I mean I don't think his passing stats are too great. Oh,
is that a free kick?
Has he pulled it back? If he's pulled that, he has. He's pulled that back and he was through on goal. I would not be happy about that. So he hit it with Ronaldo. Oh God. What can you say about that? I mean, fair enough. He was a little bit unlucky in the first sense for it to get called back, but wow, the luck has definitely been repaid there. Wow, what a goal!
Yeah, maybe that is deserved in a way because if we'd have played on, he would have been through on goal, one-on-one.
Yeah.
But yeah, tried to free kick Ronaldo and just got a nice lucky drop down there.
Yeah, swings and roundabouts, as they say.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of people in the chat saying it was lucky in that, but like. Oh, fair enough, yeah, it was a lucky goal, but he should have been through anyway. The free kick shouldn't have been brought back, and if he was through, it was with Ronaldo. I'm pretty sure that would have been a goal, so we'll let him off for that one, I suppose.
But yeah, no, it would be interesting to see now. So Guigsey's taken the early lead. Like Toxide did that before, and Toxide did struggle, you know, a lot to come back in the game against Spencer. So I wonder if we'll see almost the same kind of game unfolding.
Yeah, well, as I said before the game, it's going to be interesting to see how Guigsey reacts if he does go ahead, because he doesn't seem like the type of player who will try and keep the ball. He's one of those players who I am going to score more than you. So it's going to be interesting to see how he now follows up on that. Right now, he looks like he's doing a bit of both, to be honest. He's keeping the ball. As I said, that he's obviously been tackled, but he just needs to be careful because he's getting... I was about to say he's getting exposed. I'm just going to have to stop talking to them, and every time I try and say something, it just the complete opposite happens. But if I was him, I would have... I'd like to say I would switch to a 4-2-3-1, but at the same time, if the 4-3-1-2 is working, why would you change it?
Oh, well, sorry, if you're Guigsey.
Yeah, if I was Guigsey, sorry.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't change now. I think it's too early in the game, still first leg. But I must admit, his defence, he controls it and tries to predict that pass inside, and you expose that over the top through balls for your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still going to... I predicted Guigsey would win the first time and he lost, but I'm going to stick with that this time, not just because he's winning. Well, that might seem that way, but this is the first time we've really seen him. Like, obviously, he went ahead in that second match of the first, like when the first played, but that was kind of against the run of play, in my opinion. So, but in this one, he hasn't had a lot of the ball, but he has had a couple of chances. So I don't really necessarily think it is against the run of play. So he said to me right after the game, he feels a lot more calm now, and if the play, it's going to be a 3-1. See, I was just about to say, he seems a lot more calm. Even when I was speaking to him, he seemed a lot more relaxed, and he was confident that if he had to play Toxide again, that he would win, and that was a really nice finish, to be fair.
Yeah. The outside of foot trait put to full use there.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little bit lucky in the sense when he face shot and the defender was right next to him, and he could have used his strength to get him off the ball, but the defender just completely let him pass. And now, this is a situation Toxide do not want to be in. Possession players coming back, it's really hard for them to do. It's like, you really need penetration, and to be honest, that's not really what Toxide has got. He's more one of those players. He's patient, he waits for the opportunity, but now he's 3-1 behind, he can't really wait for those opportunities to arise.
Yeah, it will be really interesting now to see if, again, he doesn't decide to gamble, because, you know, me and Spencer were talking about it in the last game, where we just couldn't believe why he wouldn't switch up formations and go for something more attacking.
Yeah, it's damage limitation, but I think he'll do it in this time, because obviously he can't afford to lose. Like, if he loses now, he's A. And we just saw the possession stats come up, and Guigsey's actually got 51%, which is not something that we've seen a lot from him. The first time they played in the first 2 games, I think he finished with 60% in the first game, and at half-time in the second game he had 60% as well. So that just shows how comfortable Guigsey is now. But that being said, there's still an opportunity. He looks like he's relying on the cross a little bit too much now. He's kind of running out of ideas, and he's it's a 76 minutes. He's got 15 minutes. Obviously, there's a second leg to come, but he doesn't really want to be going into the second game 2 goals behind.
I think that statistic that you mentioned about the percentage of possession. If you're playing against a possession player and you have more possession than him, and you're a direct player, then that's a really great sign for you, but a really bad sign for Toxide. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, people like Guigsey and a huge gorilla, if they go behind, you do fancy them to get back into the game because of how they play. But when if people like Toxide go behind, possession plays, it's so hard for them to come back into it. Just going back onto the Brian against Sean game, that's another good example. Brian is a possession player, Sean isn't. When Sean took the lead, Brian, he kind of struggled and even went 2-0 down.
Toxide nearly with a chance there, and could be through again. We just saw Toxide a few minutes ago cross it into the box, and then instead of going for a fake shot and finishing, he just passed it back and then went for again another pass, and just playing that Arsenal style of football where you're trying just to pass it into the box, and it just doesn't seem effective for him right now.
Oh, he's got a free kick right on the edge of the box, has he? Yeah, Ronaldo. Let's see if he can get that sort of look that again that he got last time. I'm highly doubt that's going to happen again, to be honest. But see what tricks he's got up his sleeve.
Could have given away a penalty there, Toxide. But the rebound just falling quite nicely for Guigsey, but couldn't execute the volley, or couldn't at least direct it on target.
Yeah, the bad thing is now for Toxide, because he plays possession play, when he attacks, he's going to get as many players into the opposition area, well, into the opposition half as what he can. That's going to leave him so vulnerable to the counter-attack, and that's exactly what Guigsey wants. His style of play suits a counter-attack, so in the next game, if Toxide really does go all out, I think he's going to get absolutely ripped apart. It's hard to predict what possibly can Toxide do now, because his style of play just, I know I keep mentioning it, but it doesn't suit going behind.
No, I think you need a plan B in this situation, but we're not actually convinced that he's got one.
Well, we'll see if he's got a plan B anyway, because in the next game he's got to change something. We didn't see him do it against a huge gorilla, but if he doesn't do it in this one, then what's he came here for? If he loses now, he's out. You don't really want damage limitation in a game like this. So,
do you know what? You saw a shot of the players there. I don't like seeing that. his plan in a big tournament here for a decent amount of prize money. He's 3-1 down, and he's just got his phone out between the first and second leg, like almost like he's not even focused on FIFA.
Yeah.
Maybe he texted his mates. I'm not sure. Hi guys, I just lost 3-1. I'm not really.
Maybe that's just his way of like winding down after a loss. Just like if he goes straight back into it, he's going to go in with the same mentality. Maybe this is just like a little break that he needs, just to try and regather his thoughts. But yeah, I do agree. It's not really good to see. He kind of looks like he doesn't really care, but obviously it does. I mean, Guigsey is the complete opposite. He's looking at the game, looks confident, to be honest.
Yeah, and he should be, in all fairness. I know Toxide had a lot of the ball in the sort of first 20, 30 minutes, and it almost felt like Toxide should have been ahead just because of all his possession, but then Guigsey just took that second half by storm and could have been sort of 4-1 in front even.
Yeah, I don't think Toxide's going to go with a 4-2-3-1 this game. Yeah, obviously he likes his possession, but I can see him go. I think he's going to change to the 4-3-1-2, the exact same as what Guigsey's playing. So we've already seen that is a type of formation that will get you goals. He just needs to make sure he gets them and not concede. And the way Guigsey's been attacking, like he's patient in attack. He like tries to work the goal. He likes to walk them into the net, as you said. So it's going to be really hard for him to get back into it without conceding. I can't see him doing it, to be honest.
Yeah, you must feel that there's at least 1 or 2 more goals here for Guigsey, so it will need a massive comeback for Toxide now.
But to be fair, when the both of them like last played, Toxide took a 1-0 lead in their second game, which gave him a 2-goal buffer, and Guigsey did come back. So you know, it's not really out of the question. It's just like I think it's down to mentality now. To be honest, he needs to put that game behind him. Obviously, he lost, but he can't be too disheartened by it, because that's 3 losses in a row if you count the 2 games against a huge gorilla. I mean, momentum-wise, it's all going against him.
I think both players setting up now and getting into the next game. You know, it will be really interesting to see what formation Toxide goes with. I really predict he'll start the same. Yeah, we've seen again. Looks like he's starting with the same formation.
Well, he always starts with that formation, but he changes it in game. If he does stick with a 4-2-3-1, I'd be amazed, to be honest, because we keep saying he needs to go for it now. It's not a huge gorilla anymore. Like if he loses, this is it. If he lost against a huge gorilla, obviously he's got this chance. But then if he's losing again, this is it really. Just to update you in the other game, there has been a goal and it is 1-0, and I think that is going to be to Brian. But yeah, Brian is 1-0 up in that second game. But we're just about to get back into it in this between Guigsey and Toxide again. It is an interesting game. The loser, unfortunately, will be leaving the tournament, and the winner will be progressing into the quarterfinals tomorrow. So, all to play for.
Yep, and yeah, no, if Guigsey can stay ahead, that would be a great comeback for him. You know, he lost his first game, straight into a loser bracket in a 3-man group. So there's pressure there already, knowing you're not playing lesser opponents. But no, yeah, great for him. First tournament, and well, it's the first tournament for both players. So we'll see what Toxide really is made of in this next 45 minutes. Yeah,
this is Guigsey's team. He's going to stick him in a 4-3-1-2, which is something he doesn't have to do. He's got 2-goal buffer. He could easily use a much more defensive formation and just try and see the game out. But as I said, he's one of those players that I'm going to score more goals than you and try and win it that way. But we yet to see what Toxide's formation is. I'm pretty sure we'll see once the game starts out. We'll be able to get a good idea of what it is.
Now you see Guigsey's custom tactics there. He actually goes to high pressure. I thought sort of players will normally customise that a lot.
To be fair, a lot of players do, but we did see him edit his custom tactics as well. But a lot of players feel like just adding that high pressure tactic gives them a little bit more control over the CPU players. But just trying to work out what formation Toxide is actually using, it's a bit hard to tell at the minute. It looks like he's still playing a 4-2-3-1. Soon find out. No, I think he's still playing a 4-2-3-1, which is surprising.
But to be fair, there's every chance that everything goes, Toxide, everything could go well for him, and he keeps with the style he knows and performs well and gets the win.
Yeah, I just think on FIFA 15, 2 strikers is a lot more important than what it has been in the past. And if ever you need goals, this is it for Toxide. He needs 2 goals just to get back into it. So, the fact it could be actually it could be the 4-3-3. It's either a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 that he's got. But if it is a 4-3-3, I guess that's slightly more attacking, but it's still going to be playing the same sort of style of play, like possession, going down the wings a lot and trying to get some crosses in. Whereas if you went for the 4-3-1-2, it would be a lot more like through balls in behind. And with Ronaldo, he's the perfect player you want. Like he suits both styles if you want to cross it or if you want to through ball it. But yeah, if I was Toxide now, I would have gone for the 4-3-1-2. But you know, he's the one playing, and I'm only commentating, so let's see what he's got.
It kind of makes sense, I guess, for him to play this style because, you know, a 4-2-1-3, or is that the formation he's gone for? It's not too dissimilar to the 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I'm not sure to be honest, but it's like Toxide. Let's like he might be going out here, but let's be honest, he's not a bad player. These are 16 of Europe's best players, so. He might be losing, but that's just because his opponent is like so good as well. Like it's not because like he's bad or anything like that. I would like to see him change it, but you know, let's see. I think Guigsey's gonna run away with it. To be honest, the way that Toxide's having to defend now, like he's really having to push up. He's going to be like vulnerable to Ronaldo. Of all players, you do not want Ronaldo getting in behind because if he does, 90% of the time, he's going to be in. And you can already see like early on in the game, Ronaldo's getting into that space and he's getting some decent. Well, he hasn't had a chance yet, but he's getting like close to one.
Yeah, a few times sort of Ronaldo's run through clear through on goal, and Guigsey has gone for that through ball over the top. That sometimes happens for Toxide's players, but he just doesn't go for that chip through ball, which is really surprising because it seems the best way to score.
Oh god, that would have been game over then. That was a nice little body feint. That was kind of what we saw Toxide doing in the first game, and that's just how it's going at the minute. In the first game, Toxide, he was so comfortable. He was throwing out skill moves left, right, and centre. Body feints on the edge of the box. He even scored off one, but now it's. I thought that was offside, to be honest. But that was a big chance for Ronaldo, and Toxide. He's under so much pressure now because. If he concedes one more, let's be honest, that's pretty much game over.
Yeah, no, it will be. I think that was well played by the keeper, Charles, as well. It didn't look like he came out naturally, which was, very important for there not being a goal there.
See, these are the situations I'm on about where Ronaldo just keeps finding those sort of spaces. Fair enough, he defended that well. But you can't always. You're not always going to be able to defend those. Like if he just one time Ronaldo just gets a touch ahead of him and gets that goal, that's game over. He's taking a risk for sure. The first game in the other game in Booth 2 has just finished, and Brian won that one 1-0. So they'll be going into a second game now with Brian with a 1-goal advantage. But in this one, it's still 3-1 overall to Guigsey, and to be honest, Toxide, he's not really. I've seen some people put in the chat, he's not really creating anything. I know he's. I don't know. Would you put that down to nerves or just how good Guigsey's playing? It's kind of hard to tell.
To be honest, I don't think Guigsey's defending that great. Like he's dealing with Toxide, but I think Toxide's making it easy for him. A little bit too much. Yeah, maybe it is nerves. I'm not really sure. Like we don't know much about Toxide. This is his first tournament, so yeah, you might be right. It might just be sort of first big tournament nerves, which does happen.
Yeah, well, that's what Guigsey put his first last day into. He's saying nerves, but could this? Oh, that was good defending. To be fair, he read that the face shot was coming, but you can't keep giving those like. You can't keep giving Ronaldo like that sort of space in his own box. Cause, as I keep saying, you might tackle him once, but you're not going to be able to tackle him every single time. And if he gets just one chance, that's going to be game.
There's a massive mistake there by Guigsey, just with Anua initially winning the ball really easy off Ronaldo, but then just running into him. And a big chance again from Toxide, but yeah, no, he was through on goal out wide, admittedly, but he just couldn't create a chance from it.
See, it's nearly the second half now, and he's still not got a goal. he's got to go all out in a minute. He's got nothing to lose, to be honest. I really want him to get back into it because based off the first time they played, I don't think like this scoreline's kind of justified, although on the balance of play from what we've seen so far, it kind of is. I would like him to get back into it just like so the game is a little bit better, but fair play to Guigsey, he's playing so well.
Here we go.
And again, like Ronaldo's away again.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate with Ronaldo's first touch, kind of took him into the defender there. But I just feel it's only a matter of time before Ronaldo gets that, you know, that space up top and just runs through clear on goal.
Yeah. All right, now he's got like about 30 seconds just to like kind of say to himself, right, where's he going wrong? He's got his possession back, but just to no avail really. He hasn't really, you know, I don't think he didn't even have a shot then, did he? He hasn't had any chances, whereas Guigsey could have scored twice quite easily. So
see there,
yeah,
no shots on target currently in this game, but yeah, no, something has to give. The last 45 minutes of Group A, if the score remains the same, Guigsey's going through to the knockout rounds tomorrow, and Toxide's going home. So Toxide needs to gamble now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a few people put in the chat that kind of sticking up for Toxide, and you know, fair enough to him. Obviously, he's a very, very good player. We're not by any means saying he's bad. He's just come up against an opponent who, in this case, just had a better game than him, and that's just the way FIFA is. He's just come up against a better opponent at this stage. Either that, or he's just too nervous, and you know, it's getting to him. That's what happens on in the competitive stage of FIFA. It's not as easy as people think. Like if you're watching at home and like you think, oh, you know, I can do that. Prove it, like try and qualify and then do it. It's not as easy as it looks. I think that's his first shot of the game, but you know that could have easily rebounded out to one of his players, and he already started exactly how he needs to. He's a lot more attacking, and if he can get one back, I think the momentum will go with him. And is he going to get a chance now? Oh, just slightly unlucky.
Yeah,
like he's already created more chance in the first 5 minutes of this second half than what he created in the first half, so it's boding well for him so far. I mean, he's got PLALC on there as well, who gives him just a little bit more of an attacking threat. Like he's kind of forcing that now.
Yeah, no, a lot of Toxide's build-up play has been very impressive, and you know his ball retention is good. I think maybe he just hasn't had the breaks that he normally gets online. You know, when you are passing the ball around, you do have to rely on your players that you don't control to run into space, and you know maybe he just hasn't had them lucky breaks fall for him. Yeah,
well, that's why a lot of people use custom tactics, just little things just to give them advantage and things to suit their gameplay. Oh, just thought we might have got a sneaky opportunity then, but yeah, custom tactics, that's where they really come into play when you need your players that you're not controlling to run into those spaces or to come short to help you keep the ball. And I'm not sure whether Toxide's actually got a custom tactic on, but if he has, it's not really working for him in this game. I mean, that's the thing with FIFA. Sometimes he can work against one opponent and he won't the next. It's kind of like real life. Now teams always play the same. Like, one week you can play against, I don't know, like Stoke, the next you could play against Barcelona. I'm not sure how that would happen unless it's like an English team in the Champions League, but it's just like a good example how two teams can play completely separate and one play style might work against one and it won't the other.
Yeah, I think Toxide would fare a lot better if he was against a player who played a similar style to him.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe, I think it's just unfortunate he had to come up against two players that played 4-3-1-2, and you know, when you fall behind it, well, I know he went ahead in this game, but yeah, if you do fall behind, then you're in big trouble.
I mean, I think Brian against Toxide would have been a very good game, because as you said, Toxide's play would have suited against someone who plays the same, and Brian does do that, maybe to a little bit higher standard, but I think it's kind of hard to judge Toxide just off this one tournament. He's obviously a good player. He's, as I said before, Europe's 16 best players. So I've seen a few people sticking up for him in the chat, a few people saying I'm better than him, and as I said, if you think you're better than him, come and prove it. Like, try and qualify and, you know, show us.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, register on the Gfinity site. There's still places up for grabs online. I think you know, each winner of these season qualifiers gets a spot at the grand final later in August. That's where you're playing for a whole squad of legends and a bigger prize pot of prize money. But there's spaces available for each region. So I think like Benelux has one spot. So like Belgium, Holland. I think Portugal, Spain also have one spot.
Yeah, in Italy as well.
And
rest of Europe get one. What it is, UK get 2, France get 2, Germany get 2, rest of the world get 1. Benelux, so Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, they get 1. Iberia, Spain, Portugal, Italy, they get 1. So you know, anyone can qualify really, as long as you're in Europe, obviously. Guigsey was just showing off a little bit, just like as you were speaking there, just like throwing a few skill moves in the box. I think he kind of feels comfortable in this now. He's got 15 minutes. It's not over. We've seen like late comebacks before. I mean, the way he attacks, like he's just lacking penetration, to be honest. So for him to have scored 2 in 15 minutes when he hasn't been able to score 1 in 76, it's going to be a bit hard, but you know, nothing's impossible.
Oh,
well,
wow.
there we go. Could that be the goal that starts the comeback? That was really nice play, and as we said, he's a patient player, he's a possession player, and there it showed more than ever. That was like, such nice football and a good finish, and now he's going to have a lot of momentum. So,
yeah, no, and that's kind of the first time where he's played sort of a nice sequence of passes in front of his opponent's box, and it's just all clicked into place for him. Players have run at the right time, and it was a great goal.
Yeah, no, Guigsey seemed a bit confident before that goal went in. Let's see how he is now. Would you try and go for another or see it out? Oh, well, there's your answer. That was a really nice goal as well. Was that a Barbo finally finishing one? We've seen him miss quite a few chances in the first time they played, but that was a really nice finish. And it kind of feels like Guigsey had that all along. He was just kind of, you know, just holding out. But that's got to be demoralising for Toxide to get like nearly back into the game. He's only 1 goal away. It took him so long to get back into it, and now Guigsey's just scored that. For me, that's a good game now.
Yeah, that must be so frustrating for Toxide to play this sort of possession football all game and finally get your break, and for Guigsey to score straight away is a big blow.
He just looks so confident now. I kind of feel a bit. Oh, yeah.
Not sure what that was. Maybe a fake shot.
Yeah, fake shot. But he just didn't time it right. But yeah, for you got to feel sorry for Toxide. He did finally get back into it, but that's the thing with FIFA. When it's this late into a game and you know you have to get back, you just kind of have to leave gaps at the back. You have to press high. And unfortunately for him this time, Guigsey exploited the gaps, and to be honest, it was a really nice goal.
There again, I've definitely seen online players who've come back in the last 4 or 5 minutes. You know, if they scored just before you know, the 90th minute, you normally get 5 minutes added on. So, but although really Toxide needed to score in that attack now.
Yeah, I thought Ronaldo was just going to like get his body in front of the defender then. But yeah, this sort of FIFA, it kind of it seems like the game where if you score 1, you can go and get a couple more, and then in the second half, the complete opposite happens to you. Not very often does it just like go, that's game. Oh, it's offside, but. Not very often does it just go goal 1 team, equaliser, goal, equaliser. It doesn't go like that quite a lot. Usually it's like someone will go 2 goals ahead, second half a complete comeback, just that sort of thing. That's just how FIFA 15 seems to me. But Guigsey's definitely he's won there. Like there's no coming back for Toxide, but he's already played well. And I think what's going to be so hard for Toxide is knowing he's already beat Guigsey once. And now he's lost. That's going to be really hard to swallow. And now Guigsey's gone through. And I don't know, maybe him losing that first game was a blessing in disguise, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. You know, he was really impressive there. I'm just a little. I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed with how Toxide played. You know, he did kind of play well, but he hasn't won there, and I just think he should have gambled a bit more.
Yeah, I agree in a sense, but some people are just like they like to stick to their sort of play, and I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and in that case, it obviously didn't.
Yep, Guigsey, so he goes through to the quarterfinal match. Brian is currently now, I think, 2-0 up on aggregate, and
Yeah, in the other game, he won the first game 1-0. He's currently 1-0 up in the second game. So the winner of that will go on to play the loser of Tass and a huge dragon. So yeah, whoever loses out of that game will go out as well, along with Toxide. So we're going to be losing 2 French players early on.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point.
Yeah, so I mean, I want to like just go back to Toxide. I know we can't. It kind of sounds like we like being a bit harsh on him, and to be honest, I feel like we are. But it's his first tournament, and he's done really well. So he obviously he's gone out, but he's not played the worst we've seen. His style of play, it's nice, but it doesn't always work, and it works against people who do the same. Whereas Guigsey plays the exact same for me as a huge gorilla. And the way they play, it just completely destroys all sort of possession players. It just completely penetrate them. And it's as I said, it's really hard for possession players to come back from like a goal or 2 behind.
Yeah, no, I agree. But Guigsey is fortunate enough to go through to the quarterfinals. Please join us again. We're now going to go for a break now, but we've got more games coming up to decide who goes through and who joins them in the quarterfinals.
Peggy 3.
That is a bitter, bitter defeat. That is the sweet taste of victory. That's hard to swallow. That's the dream start. Together perfectly. Well, this is it. The taste of football. Sweet victory for one team, bitter defeat for the other.
Throughout history, the boldest have dared to go further. They risk death, and in doing so, live on forever. What drives these few to the ends of the earth? The desire to discover something more. The search for something greater. The world is full of unanswered questions. Beyond all limits or reason, the answers await. For some, discovering the secrets of the world is the only way to live.